Okay? So, rationality. Ayn Rand defines 7 virtues to live by for a good life. And I'm not going to, so it's, I'm probably going to get them, I'm probably going to forget one. Eric's laughing. Rationality, honesty, right? We just talked about honesty. And honesty is primarily not faking reality, primarily for yourself. Justice. Justice is being rational in how you deal with other people. It should be rational in how you deal with yourself. It should be rational in how you deal with other people. People should get what they deserve from you, good or bad. And you have to be objective and rational about that, not emotional and subjective about it. Okay? Independence. You have reason. You have a mind. You are the only person who can do thinking for you. You can get advice from other people. Advice is great. You want to listen to other people, particularly smart, and if they have your interests in mind. But you are the one who's going to make the decision. You have to. You can't relinquish that. It's your life, nobody else's. You can't listen to your mother after a certain age. I mean, she's great, and I'm sure she's smart, and I'm sure she has your own interests, but you have to, you have to make those decisions. You have to understand what she's saying if she's got your own interests in mind. But you have to make the decisions about what's right and wrong for you. Integrity. If you say stuff, if you believe that you're going to be rational, that rationality is good for you, then you got to do it. Right? You got to walk the walk of reason. Right? I always miss one. What am I missing? Productiveness. Yeah, how can I miss productiveness? Your life is yours, therefore you're responsible for maintaining it, for getting the physical material that you need in order to survive. Being productive is essential for your happiness. I'm going to end with these 2 virtues, productiveness and pride. Pride is your commitment to be morally perfect, to be the best that you can be. Not in a superficial sense, not just the biggest, the richest, the strongest, but the best in everything that you do. That's what pride is, that commitment. And what do you need in order to have that kind of commitment? You need to have self-esteem. You need to know that you're worthy of being good. And where do you get self-esteem from? Gets from other people, from ribbons, from medals. We live in a generation where everybody gets a ribbon because they think that's how you're going to get self-esteem. Now, only you can give yourself self-esteem. Self-esteem comes from achievement. But it doesn't just come from achievement. It comes from recognizing the achievement. You achieve and you pat yourself on the back. Not your mother patting you on your back, not your friends patting your back, not your coach patting you on your back. Michael Jordan became Michael Jordan because he recognized that he could be the best. And every time he was good, he recognized that he was good. And he recognized that he could get better and worked hard to get better. He recognized. There's no, if you look at Michael Jordan, there's a guy with self-esteem. He's incredibly self-confident. Incredible, have a sense that he's worthy of being the greatest basketball player of all time. It's not just an accident. He's worthy of it because he worked hard. He attained it. He's got what it takes. And so it's getting those achievements, recognizing those. And what area in life do you think you get the most self-esteem from? Where do you achieve stuff in life? Really, people talk about, where do you spend most of your life? At work. At work. It's not with family. It's not at the gym. It's not in the front of the mirror. It's at work. So if you want to build a life of self-esteem, then find work you love and do it really, really, really well. Not because other people expect you, not because you'll get rewarded for it, but because you will reward yourself when you make those achievements. Stretch yourself, push yourself, challenge yourself. That's where you'll get the self-confidence to be good at everything else in life. But that's the foundation. The foundation is to be good at what you do at work, being productive. And I wouldn't even call it work, I'd call it a career, because a career is something planned, a career is something long-term, a career is something you develop, you move towards. It's not just the work I'm doing right now. It's the career I have. And a career is not about money, it's not about prestige, and it's not about other people, it's about you. And it's about making the most of your life, it's about fulfilling yourself, it's about being happy. Okay? So that's the 7. That's the formula for success. But it takes work. I like to say that being selfish is the hardest thing you can do. It takes hard work, because it takes figuring out what is good for me, which is not easy, and how do I achieve it. It takes using your mind all the time in pursuit of a partner, in pursuit of a diet, in pursuit of exercise, in pursuit of your work, in pursuit of your life. But the reward of that is what life is all about. The reward for that is that flourishing, that fulfillment. The reward for that is happiness. That's the payoff. That's what it's all about. Thank you all.
Here in the United States, perhaps the most challenging and unusual new philosophy has been forged by a novelist, Ayn Rand. Miss Rand's point of view is still comparatively unknown in America, but if it ever did take hold, it would revolutionize our lives. And Ayn, to begin with, I wonder if I can ask you to capsulize, I know this is difficult, can I ask you to capsulize your philosophy? What is Randism?
First of all, I do not call it Randism, and I don't like that name. I call it objectivism.
All right.
Meaning a philosophy based on objective reality. Now let me explain it as briefly as I can. First, my philosophy is based on the concept that reality exists as an objective absolute. That man's mind, reason, is his means of perceiving it. And that man needs a rational morality. I am primarily the creator of a new code of morality which has so far been believed impossible, namely a morality not based on faith.
On faith?
Not on faith, not on arbitrary whim, not on emotion, not on arbitrary edict, mystical or social, but on reason. A morality which can be proved by means of logic, which can be demonstrated to be true and necessary.
How does objectivism differ from the philosophies that many of us have been exposed to in our youths? Philosophies based upon religions, theologians, dogmatists.
The very first difference, objectivism tells you that it is not right, it is not proper to man to take anything on faith. Religion is a matter of faith. You accept a religion emotionally or because you were born to it. You have not chosen it rationally. What objectivism will tell you is that reason, man's reason is his basic means of survival. That is the most important faculty which he has, and he has to guide his life and make his choices by means of his rational faculty. He has to make his own choices, but he has to know how to make them. It is immoral for him to act on his emotions, to be guided by the whim of the moment. That objectivism holds as very wrong, very immoral. And morality, in fact, consists of following your reason to the best of your ability. So that rationality is the basic virtue from which all the others proceed.
My morality is based on man's life as a standard of value. And since man's mind is his basic means of survival, I hold that if man wants to live on earth and to live as a human being, he has to hold reason as an absolute, by which I mean that he has to hold reason as his only guide to action, and that he must live by the independent judgment of his own mind. that his highest moral purpose is the achievement of his own happiness, and that he must not force other people, nor accept their right to force him, that each man must live as an end in himself and follow his own rational self-interest.
Tell me the value of selfishness.
Use another word, self-esteem. The value of selfishness is that you esteem yourself as a value, that you live according to your nature, which means by the judgment of your own mind, and you respect your own mind, you respect your own ability to do the right thing, therefore you respect the possibility of being a morally virtuous person, and you regard yourself as a value worth preserving. To make a success of yourself in any line of rational activity is a great virtue, and people will attack you for exercising your ability, for hard work, for consistency, for ambition, and they will want to make you feel guilty of it. Mm-hmm. That is the greatest evil, according to my philosophy.
And wait, say that again. The greatest evil, according to your philosophy, is to attack an individual because of virtue.
What I call it is to experience or act on hatred of the good for being the good. That is attacking people for their virtues, for their achievements, for anything they have which is a value, actually, not for their flaws and not for their evil. In fact, people who preach that are the ones who are mawkish about the evil people, the failures, the liars, the cheats. Everybody who is weak suddenly acquires some kind of value. But anyone who is a success has to be attacked for his success.
And look at how you have been attacked.
Oh, I know.
How you have been criticized. There are many people in this country, forgive me, in this world who think you're daft.
They don't. They want you to think that.